Man, what's crazy? I don't know if you saw, but we had our current president um, meet with the president elect, and they said it was going to be a smooth and peaceful transfer of power.
Mm.
And then, and then a week or so later,
Mm-hmm.
we hear about our current president, the one who said we'll have a peaceful transfer of power, given the okay for missiles, they're called ATACMs, to be used in the war against Ukraine and Russia.
Mm. Crazy.
Man, I almost got emotional about that. It's real crazy. Did you heard? Did you hear about that?
I did hear about that, and I was just kind of like, well, yeah, that kind of sounds like, a desperation move. I kind of get it. You want to cause as much confusion and cause as much destruction as you can before you get out of office. But what would be the purpose of that? Is my question. As we always talk about, working together, it should be the end goal. But, a lot lately, past, decade or so, maybe even plus, it doesn't seem like that's been the case. It's been like one side versus the other. And anytime you have a division within a country, it's easy to manipulate and it's easy to lie to people and tell them, what they want to hear because they're not happy with the way things are going. So doing something in this nature, gives them the opportunity to further cause that to maybe, give them time to, do something else, but first and foremost, when I hear stuff like that, it's like, okay, what is the reason? What would be the divisiveness that this can cause, and what benefit does it offer us? And at the end of the day, it doesn't offer us any benefit. Supposedly, it offers someone else a benefit. It might not be a benefit we can see right now, but for them, like we talk about, it may be a benefit to where they say, okay, we let you guys do this, now this, So, yeah.
Yeah, man. I just got I really got upset, and the reason I got upset is because people, and I guess, you know what? I'm sorry. I guess I was one of those people, who was, kind of just went with the ebbs and flows, and, didn't try to really seek understanding, kind of listen to, what, status quo is, and all the stuff around me was changing. And, sometimes we need our consciousness, shook up a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what happened. I started to, listen to other things and, kind of shift my focus to get an understanding for myself. And so, as far as like, affiliation, I'm a lifetime Democrat, you know what I mean? And I'm just 100, I voted for people because out of ignorance, because they, look like me. And I asked somebody to represent it. I felt like I asked somebody to represent it, me in office. But then when I look back, they did nothing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Did nothing, absolutely nothing for the people that look like me.
Mm-hmm.
So, to move forward, I kind of had that same mindset. I'm a Democrat, I'm gonna vote for him, but I didn't take an opportunity to look and see what was best for me. What things matter to me most, or what things that person um, that I was looking to vote for believed in, their ideologies, their, policies and things like that. And that's the important thing. And so to see this individual, and actually, I don't even know who, we'll talk about that too. But uh, for them to give the okay to do this, it's kind of like a slap in the face.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, I don't know, man. It just bothered me. It was like you say you for the people, but this could cause a potential nuclear war. And I think we kind of had a brief conversation, but this is like you buying a house from somebody. You say it's gonna be, the house is gonna be in tip top shape when you come in here.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be perfect, and then guess what? You tear the shit up. You kick the walls in, you know, uh, you know, flood the place, and a lot of that is going on right now. It's not a peaceful transfer of power, and you already knew the intentions of the next administration is to be peaceful, to make sure that was what we're hoping for it to be peaceful and to have um, a conversation with the people who are adversaries, or maybe not adversaries, but those people we don't necessarily agree fully with, and come to some type of understanding, because we don't need, people dying, but for him to do that on the way out, that is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I said all that other stuff because you have people voting and they don't understand or they don't see that this person is not in their best interest.
Right. Yeah, and the thing about it is, while you were talking about that, it's like, okay, so you got that issue going on, and then you got the Palestinian and then Israeli, situation.
Man.
That's another one that's not talked about a lot as well. So, kind of going back to that, is this something caused to kind of set up a diversion? Is this something caused so they can be like, okay, Trump kind of set this up so he can, let his buddy take over this region or that region. And I was actually looking at commentary earlier on this, and they were saying like, yeah, but there's still a whole other half of that country that don't like Zelensky. He actually, took out other people to get into what the position that he's in too. So it's not like, the people chose him. He was put into that position from what I understand, and I could be wrong, just on my limited research. But yeah, that's the way I was looking at it a little bit earlier. So from that, I look at it as, yeah, you can't get yourself worked up over it because, it's one of those things to where we're not in control of that aspect of it. But what we can do is what we're doing now, having conversations about it so we can stay informed on what's happening. So our level of understanding of it, can be very high. So we are not manipulated by one side or the other.
Absolutely. And I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say, that I'm worked up about it, but it was kind of annoying. I thought, I made that worked up about it. I was just, well, why would this dude do this?
Yeah.
And then that kind of like, I actually heard the certain information that you heard